A top Raw star is taking time off. A WWE tag team split on last night's NXT, and former WWE champions are returning to NXT. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Before we start, an update on Jerry the King Lawler. So news broke last night that Jerry Lawler was rushed to hospital after seemingly suffering a stroke. We can confirm this morning that he underwent successful carotid artery surgery, and he's currently in recovery. It's quite a long way to go. We'll send best wishes to all involved.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can really say.
Exactly, yeah. So, but we'll keep you updated at cultaholic.com on the status of Jerry the King Lawler.
Yes.
Let's move on to Monday Night Raw star that is stepping away for a little bit, and that being Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, according to PW Insider, they're reporting that Alexa Bliss is taking time away from WWE TV, at least. They've noted that we haven't seen Bliss since she lost in the Raw Women's title match against Bianca Belair at the Royal Rumble. And then afterwards, this is why it's quite surprising to me that she's taking time away. Afterwards, it seemed like there was going to be a new part of her story built into the end of that match, because after Belair had left with the belt, Bliss was left in the ring alone, and then that video package played on the Tron. But we'd also see shots of her reacting to it quite forlornly, I think's the word, possibly, where it was shots of herself in her spooky past, and she was, I suppose, you want to think, is she scared of this, or does she want to return to that? And then Uncle Howdy appeared on the video as well, and it seemed like that was going to get picked up, well, from the next Raw, presumably. And instead, PW Insider is saying, yeah, she's taking time off.
Yeah, there wasn't really much in the way of reference to it during the Rumble, and it just kind of came and went. There's no injury here for Alexa Bliss. It is just being reported by numerous outlets, including PW Insider, as time off. Now, we know that there are plans to further the Bray Wyatt Uncle Howdy stuff at WrestleMania. I would imagine that she's on the periphery with it all the way through, so surely she's going to be factored into it. It would be very out of character of this new regime to start a storyline and then just sort of quietly bin it.
You'd think so, but hey, at the same time, if it's something if it's not an injury, if it's something to do with any sort of personal factors or anything, or she just needs some time off for whatever reason, then I can't blame her for doing that.
No.
And I don't think that, being in the middle of a storyline should necessarily get in the way when anybody can easily be written in or out of a storyline if they need to. I think that obviously the well-being and the happiness of the talent has to be the priority. So hopefully that's what's happened here.
Gigi Dolan was not very happy last night. Friendship ended with JC Jane.
Oh my God.
Toxic attraction explode on last night's NXT. What happened, Jack?
In a segment that I think is deliberately reminiscent of the barbershop, the infamous Rockers barbershop.
Eerily reminiscent.
Bayley was on NXT, one of these recent sort of semi-regular cases of a main roster wrestler coming down to NXT to sprinkle a bit of stardust around the product. Bayley came down to host an edition of her talk show segment, Ding Dong Hello, with her two guests being the two remaining members of Toxic Attraction after Mandy Rose's release. It's now just Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. They recently, at NXT Vengeance Day, failed to win the title from NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez in a triple threat match. And there was all this talk going in of like, is their friendship now going to be ruined? Are they fine? They appeared to reconcile, and then wham! Wham!
That's the noise it made. Oh,
wham! They hugged. JC Jane super kicked Gigi Dolan, hit her head into part of the set. The super kick plus the head ramming was very Michaels and Jannetty. And then the notes end here, and Gigi Dolan cried. Oh.
She did. Now, two things to point from this segment, from something that Fraser pointed out. That super kick was... Whew, that was flush. That was that was quite a harsh super kick to land. To watch it back, it's quite rough. Gigi Dolan crying. I don't know how I feel about it.
Why?
I'm okay. Obviously, crying is a genuine emotion that is a part of human nature. I'm not going to come and go, crying is weak, because it's not. I get it. I don't know. I felt like...
Do you think if it's the Gigi Dolan...
It didn't... I think because it was more a case of the kick was so hard, you'd have thought it would have knocked her out.
Oh, okay.
There's that to me. So it's almost a case that she got the kick and just sort of I don't know. I
then
mean,
maybe
I'd
you
probably
can't-
cry if I was super kicked.
God, I was super kicked. I was knocked out.
You were not. Did you do a little cry? You probably did when you woke up.
Later.
Yeah.
Oh,
later on the road.
No, I genuinely. Oh, no, I'm not. No peeks behind the curtain here.
Oh, hello.
I bit my tongue. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, but
I remember complaining to an actual wrestler. They were like, "Are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I was fine. I bit my tongue a little bit." And they were like, "Oh no!" And then I thought, I watched you have a hardcore match on this show. I'm not going to complain anymore. I won't say who it is, but they are now a contracted WWE superstar.
oh well, I'm glad that John Cena was there to comfort you.
And then they went, "Rest in peace." And they went to that.
Oh, Booker T was there, good. Yeah, so I think that I don't. It might play into something as the weeks go on. It might be a story that they run off the fact that she cried. They can, they'll poke fun at her. Gigi Dolan gets the win at the end. Who's crying now?
you know what?
Crybaby match from
This is-
1995.
It's odd that
Don't
this
do
is
that.
no, it's odd that this has happened so soon after. I noticed at Vengeance Day. Maybe it's because watching weekly NXT, I often maybe skim or Toxic Attraction don't get that many full ring entrances. They like stop at the top of the ramp and say nasty things about people. But this was a full ring entrance on a pay-per-view or premium live event for both members of Toxic Attraction at the same time. And as they walked down to the ring, I thought, bloody hell, this is a great entrance. It was like watching the Undisputed Era. Like they were full of heelish charisma coming down. And I was thinking, JC Jane's got it. And I was paying more attention to her because the entrance, she was so funny and so emotive. And now I'm like, oh, she was the more heelish of the two.
She was the Shawn Michaels.
I'm excited to see what they do with babyface Gigi Dolan because I think that the kind of her, I don't know if it's her character, it's maybe just an extension of who she is, but she's got that sort of alternative cool factor going on. I think it could work out really well for them.
She always struck me as somebody who played a great heel, like the Priscilla Kelly days.
Yeah.
She got a lot of heat for some of the stuff that she did on the indie scene,
Yes.
which I think we've talked about over the years. Then there's a natural heel there, but maybe because she's that natural heel, that's something that you can tap into down the line. With JC Jane, maybe not so much.
I think JC Jane is a natural heel. She was so, just that entrance again at Vengeance Day, I was like, oh my God, what a Kyle O'Reilly she seemed.
So through
We'll see how it goes.
through the barbershop window, Gigi Dolan went on NXT last night. I knew she was going to do that. Also last
She was
night,
trying to escape.
She was trying to escape. God bless you, Bobby Heenan. Also last night on NXT, we had the announcement of a former champion returning and an actual champion returning to NXT.
We did. First of all, it all started when NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, who defeated Toxic Attraction, was challenged by Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, who recently lost their women's tag team titles at Vengeance Day as well. They were upset about this loss. They confronted Perez and said, you find a tag team. I went a bit Andrew there. Right, listen here.
Listen here, you.
You find a partner of your own. Oh no, is he editing this as well? I hope not. Sorry. And you find a partner of your own, and then see what happens. And then
See how you like it.
Roxanne Perez made a phone call, went, "Hey up!" And it's appropriate because it's former NXT UK Women's Champion Meiko Satomura.
Oh,
She's going to be
yes.
teaming with her next week.
Huddersfield native Meiko Satomura,
Yeah.
as seen on Happy Valley. Meiko Satomura returning next. Now, we haven't seen Meiko since Worlds Collide. I didn't know what her
Have we
status
not?
was with the company.
Oh,
She lost the UK women's title in that triple threat.
Oh right, okay, that's very interesting.
So I don't know whether this is part of a bigger plan. I think Meiko Satomura is just an iconic performer to have around in any capacity. And I was really sad that she lost the title and then just sort of vanished into the ether.
I think this is also a sign of how much they are behind Roxanne Perez because they're like,
Yeah.
we're teaming you with this legendary figure, and I think it's all very clear from the fact they've put the belt on her so young as well. They are all in on Roxanne Perez.
All in on Perez. Also last night, we saw the NXT return of former NXT UK champion Ilya Dragunov.
He does that kind of gesturing, doesn't he? He goes, "Raw." He doesn't actually say, "Raw." No,
He
I
should
didn't mean
next
for it to
week.
sound so operatic.
Well, we last saw him getting battered by JD McDonough.
Yeah, we did.
So he's back for a revenge. Distracted him in a match against Carmelo Hayes and cost him the match. We're going to probably get Dragunov and McDonough blow off at Stand and Deliver. They have great chemistry. These
They have
two.
unbelievable chemistry. Were you there when Progress came to Newcastle upon Tyne?
I was not. No,
They-
I did want to be the ring announcer for the North match. match on that show.
On the pre-show, yeah.
They didn't fancy it. So
God damn.
that's fine.
It's all run by totally different people now, anyway. So,
Fine, I'm not bothered anyway. I never applied to be a commentator. I'm not bothered anyway.
The match was these two. It was Ilya Dragunov and, well, as he was known then, Jordan Devlin. And they had a match at that Progress show, and it was one of the best matches I've ever seen live. It was amazing. The crowd were totally split. I was in the Dragunov section, and they were chanting at each other throughout the whole match. And as the match got better and better, the crowd got built to a fever pitch. I was next to Matthew, who nearly exploded with excitement when Dragunov won. So I'm really excited for this one. Yeah,
I can't imagine that they wouldn't give them the time at Stand and Deliver.
Oh, they've got to.
Just to go. Just, lads, just one-on-one, go for it. Have fun.
Are you still going to be annoyed that they've gone with the Stand and Deliver theme yet again?
It's a weird thing that's kind of stuck, like Vengeance Day. I think Vengeance Day was like a play on Valentine's Day. But it happened
just
like
in February. Yeah, it's not necessarily.
Weeks before. It doesn't really mean anything.
I think
the names need a refresh on some of the NXT shows.
I think with Stand and Deliver, I totally agreed. I think it was you making the point. On the second year, it was awkward because suddenly they were in Florida now. It wasn't all like yeehaw, like it wasn't. But then by the third year, I'm like, well, actually, if this is just a regular thing, then fair enough.
Yeah, and also kind of it was sort of a similar aesthetic with Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania that year, where it was WrestleMania was very piratey and Stand and Deliver was very dandy highwomany.
Yeah,
kind of similar.
Very new romantic.
If you had an Adam and the Ant costume, you could probably alter it into a pirate costume for the next night.
Probably, yeah.
If you had an Adam Ant, well, never mind. But anyway, yeah, we're going with Stand and Deliver again. So why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why is anything called anything?
Why is anything called anything?
Why is anything called anything? Something for you to ponder. Are you twitching tonight?
Yeah, I am twitching tonight with Owen Mawson at 6 p.m. twitch.tv/Cultaholic. This could be it. This could be the week that we get promotion to the Premier League.
It's a really tense stream for you tonight.
It's so tense tonight, but Owen's just been in. Little spoiler alert here. If we get promoted, Owen's just been in, and as he was setting us up for this very video, he said, "Jack, we might get promoted, and then because the stream will be finished early, then he went, then we can watch a bit of Robot Wars." Oh my god!
Oh. I believe that's what Sven Goran Eriksson said to the England squad.
Yeah, that would have been time appropriate.
If we win the cup, then we will watch Robot Wars.
You lads beat Brazil today, then we'll watch a bit of Chaos too. I've got a VHS player in the
That's why Gaza cried, really.
You've mixed your ears, but I really appreciate it anyway. I'm fully on board.
Thanks, mate. I'm good at the soccer ball. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day as well at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you, bye. Just wanted you to finish your drink.